welcome back to the Love Letters from Lakyn podcast. We are going to get right into the episode today. It is my birthday recap, and I have so much to talk about. So, today we're going to do kind of my birthday week recap because so much happened in the past week for my birthday. My friends and family truly spoiled me, and I feel so incredibly blessed for everything they did for me and just how they really showed up to celebrate me, and that means so much to me, so much more than they think or they could even imagine. And yeah, I'm just so grateful. So let's get right into my weekly report. I want to start off with releasing. So Charlie XCX released the Brat remix album, and I talk about this a little bit on next week's episode, which I already pre-recorded because I recorded it with a special guest and she was in town. So we went ahead and pre-recorded that episode. It'll be out next week. So we talk a little bit about the Brat remix album, but I just, I wanted to mention it again this week because it is so incredible, and I'm so excited because I ordered a limited print edition of that record and it's already shipped and it's coming soon. So I just feel really special that I got that. I also want to talk about Gracie Abrams released the live version of I Love You, I'm Sorry. And she also did the live version of Free Now. And I think she did I Knew It, I Know You. But she officially gave us I Love You, I'm Sorry to be available on Spotify and Apple Music. And she also mentioned at one of her concerts recently that the deluxe version of The Secret of Us is coming out really soon, which I'm so freaking excited for. You guys know that I love Gracie Abrams, and I'm so sad that I wasn't able to see her on this tour, but my love for her just continues to expand. So the I Love You, I'm Sorry live version has the note change in the bridge that we're all obsessed with, and it's gotten really popular lately. But anyways, I'm just so happy for her and her success and everything. I'm experiencing so much abundant, overflowing love from my friends and family from my birthday week. They just, like I said, they made this past week so wonderful. I couldn't have asked for anything better. They truly, showed up for me and showed that they cared about me, and it just really made me feel happy and good. And if any of you guys are listening, I love you so much. Thank you for everything you do for me. I truly have the best friends on the planet and the best family. I just don't know where I would be without any of them. So that's what I've been experiencing. I also want to talk about I've been experiencing, on the other hand, I've been experiencing a lot of anxiety, and I think it's definitely because of the alcohol intake I had during my birthday week. Because drinking does give me major anxiety the day after. Of course, that's a major side effect. But I have been very anxious also just about life in general, what my future holds. And I've found myself kind of leaning into God again and kind of coming back to the Bible in moments like this and coming back to worship music in moments like this. Because I grew up Christian, and, as you guys have heard me talk about I have fallen away from it and kind of fell out of religion and more into just a personal relationship with me and God rather than going to church or practicing a religion. It's more just okay, I believe in God. I believe in a God, and him and that's between me and God. I feel like that's what my relationship with Jesus means to me. It's between me and him, nobody else. And I've sort of found myself falling back to him and running back to him in these moments of anxiety, and it instantly makes me feel at peace. It always calms me. I think most of the happiest times in my life and the times where I've been the most fulfilled have been when I've been pursuing a relationship with Jesus. So that's just a little side note. I'll get into that later. I definitely want to make an episode about that, but that's what I've been experiencing lately. Playing and watching. I've been watching Outer Banks season 4, part 1. There's only 5 episodes out right now. I think the second part comes out in November. So I don't know. This season feels different to me. It's fine. I think you should still watch it, but it does feel different to me. I've also been rewatching just Friends, Gilmore Girls, a lot of the comfort shows. I've been watching Halloween movies, The Corpse Bride. I watched that on my birthday, and because that's my favorite movie of all time. I have been playing a new game on my Nintendo Switch. I just recently downloaded Hogwarts Legacy because it was on mega sale, like major. It was like 70% off, plus I had like $5 in rewards on my Nintendo eShop. So I'm pretty sure I purchased that game for 16 bucks. And let me put it into perspective for you guys. This game is normally $70, and I got the deluxe version that comes with like extra clothes and like extra like magic things. Like it's like an extra pack. I think it's the Dark Arts pack. So I got the extra pack with it too, all for $16. And so I've been putting a lot of hours into that game. It is so fun. I'm really enjoying it. It's a great fall cozy game. I've also been on Animal Crossing a lot. They had like a little birthday party for me on Animal Crossing, which was so cute. Hang on, let me make sure I'm still recording because that would be really bad if I wasn't. Okay, we're still recording. No worries, guys. Okay. So yeah, Hogwarts Legacy, Nintendo Switch. I've been playing a lot on my Nintendo Switch lately. And yeah, I can't really think of anything else I've been watching lately. I've been huge into doom scrolling on TikTok recently, which is not good, but it is what it is. You know, we all go through it. A lot of hours, a lot of my screen time is put into TikTok recently. I haven't been into YouTube that much lately, which I actually have a birthday vlog that I really, really need to edit, but I'm so lazy right now and I have so many things I need to edit. I understand now how these influencers and like people with more of a following than I do, they have separate people to like do their editing and do their work because it's a lot for one person. But anyways, obsessing. I've been obsessing over Wicked, the musical, because obviously I saw it when I was in New York City. I told you guys it was incredible. The movie comes out next month. Kennedy and I already bought our tickets to see it together on the IMAX, the big screen. I'm so freaking excited. It's just getting so close and the new trailers are coming out and we're getting like snippets and sneak peeks. So I've been like literally listening to the official soundtrack for like every day. I've been listening to it every day. Like I just am so obsessed with it right now. I can't stop thinking about it. I always have Defying Gravity or Popular stuck in my head. Like I just like appreciate the movie so much and like I appreciate the musical so much. I'm so excited. Speaking of Wicked, Ariana Grande was just the host on SNL this past week, and it was so hilarious. SNL is so back. Like, the cast is incredible. Marcelo Hernandez is hilarious. Ariana did so good as a host. She did like 8 skits or something on the episode, and they were all so funny. Like, I feel like SNL is really back. You know, speaking of, I really need to see the SNL movie about the first Saturday Night Live, but there's actually so many good movies out right now that I need to go see. I need to see the one with Florence Pugh and Andrew Garfield. Haven't seen that one yet. Yeah, I need to go to the cinema. You know what? I wonder if my parents would be down to see a movie tonight. I really want to see a movie. I'm gonna ask them. Okay, obsessing over Wicked, over my birthday gifts that everyone gave me, just like obsessing over the cute new things that I got because you guys know I love things. I love material items. Hogwarts Legacy I've been obsessing over. I've been obsessing over my Nespresso machine, you guys. It's perfect. I'm so obsessed with it. I've been making my coffee so good every morning and I literally look forward to waking up because of it. It's so good and it makes it so creamy, and like my friends got me these a new milk frother and like some coffee syrups for my birthday, and I just feel like so loved, and it's just anyways, I'm also obsessed with, I just bought a candle warmer on my birthday because you don't have to use the lighter, you know? And I honestly, maybe this is wrong and it's just a placebo effect, but I feel like it makes my candles last longer with the candle warmer rather than the lighter. And this way, like, you're not, like, you can turn it off at any time and it won't ruin like the layer of your candle. You know what I mean? You know, when sometimes you use a lighter and you have to blow it out, like you have to go somewhere and it's not fully melted, like the top layer isn't fully melted, and then it like fucks up your candle. Yeah, that, sorry for the F bomb. That, what was I, like, where was I going with that? Okay. Anyways, that's what I'm obsessing over recently. I am reading absolutely nothing. I've been trying to read Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber, which I talk about a little bit in next week's episode, but it just after I read the Housemaid trilogy, I have not been able to read anything else. And I think I do have Hopeless by Elsie Silver right here with me today. I haven't started it yet, but I think I am going to start it because her books always get me out of a slump. They're pretty fast paced. They're very romantic and very like sexy. So I feel like it's a good read for when you're in a rut. And this is the last one in the Chestnut Spring series and I haven't read it yet. So I really need to read it. This is Beau and Bailey's. Yeah, Beau and Bailey's story. So I'm super excited for this because I do love Beau and I feel like there's a lot of secrets I don't know about him yet. So need to read that one. Yeah, but that's truly all I've been reading. I think I'm only on like, oh God, I've only read 33 out of 50 books of my goal this year, which is okay. It's fine. I'm hoping to at least make it to 40. I don't know if 50 will be attainable because in order to do that, I'd have to read 8 books per month for that to happen. And that's just not in the cards for me. I have such a the tail end of the year is like the busiest part of the year for me. And I'm sure a lot of people can agree. There's so many holidays, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, like so much is happening. Plus there's like a million birthdays in October. Like it's just not in the cards for me to be doing a lot of reading right now. But anyways, treating myself to too many things this past birthday week, lots of dinners, lots of drinks, lots of just fun things. I'll give you guys a little birthday recap as soon as I'm done with my weekly report, but yeah, just treating myself to way too much. We're definitely gonna have to cut down on spending these next couple of weeks, especially this weekend, this Saturday. We have Brittany's birthday, which is my former roommate and one of my best friends in the entire world. Gotta make her day special this weekend, so I've gotta save money for that because she did so much for my birthday. Like, obviously, I have to repay the favor, but also I just simply love and adore her so much. I wanna make sure she has the best time. Does this sound better if I'm closer to the mic, you guys? Do you like this better? I feel like this is more like, hey, like I feel like this is more like ASMR. It kind of sounds better in my headphones. So, hello. Okay, let's test. Hello, hello, hello. Oh my God, yeah. Okay, that's so much better. So, now I just want to hear myself talk. um, Before we get into my birthday week recap, I want to do one brief update. Taylor Swift just announced on her Taylor Swift just announced on her Instagram that she is releasing an Eras Tour book. And it has like over 500 photos. It has behind the scenes photos, lyrics, just like memories from the tour. And I'm so freaking excited. It's going to be available at Target only. I'm sure it's going to be expensive, but you know I'm purchasing that. As well as, guys, she finally is giving us the Torture Poets department, the anthology on vinyl record. And if you don't know what the anthology is, it's the second part of the album that she double released. So, you know, there's 2 parts to the Tortured Poets department. And she finally is giving us the anthology on vinyl. So I'm super excited to purchase that as well. A bag will be spent on those 2 items. Okay, let's get in to my birthday week recap. On my actual birthday, this is where I want to start with. On my actual birthday, I woke up and I went to my morning shift because I just really wanted to see my kiddos on my birthday. And I'm so glad I decided to actually go in because it was so sweet. They all remembered my birthday. They all gave me hugs. We took pictures on our Polaroid camera and some of the kids got me gifts, which was super sweet and not at all expected. So it was very fun. After that, we need to start the day before my birthday. Monday night, the day before my birthday, October 7th, I came home from my afternoon shift and my entire room had been decorated with balloons and this little banner that you see behind me. There was a huge bluey like banner poster that said happy birthday. And my gifts, like my Nespresso machine and like some gifts were sitting in my bed. And my sister-in-law and my parents had decorated my room and it was just so cute and sweet. And sorry guys, my nose is really running today. just ignore. Um, Anyways, they had decorated my whole room and it just made me feel so special and sweet. And then that night I went to go I think I got Mexican and some margaritas with a couple of my friends. And yeah, and then, wait, did I? Yeah, I did, right? Why don't I remember? What did I do on Monday night? Or maybe I did stay home. No, I definitely went somewhere. I definitely went somewhere. Okay, sorry. Anyways, then I woke up, went to my shift, whatever. Came home from my morning shift on my actual birthday, and I got myself all cutesy and ready. Actually, no, before that, I'm pretty sure I took a small nap because I was so tired. I took a small nap, and then I got all ready and cutesy, and I recorded my Sunny Angel TikTok, my birthday Sunny Angel TikTok. I got a cute little Sunny Angel bear that's holding a balloon that says happy birthday, and he has a party hat on, and he's yellow. So cute. You guys can go check out my TikTok to see that one. I think I also posted him on my Instagram. But anyways, did that. Got so many birthday messages from my TikTok followers. It was so sweet. It made me so happy to have like just like hundreds of like random people telling you happy birthday is so weird but so sweet. Um, Man, I really gotta stop saying Anyways, then I took my happy ass shopping and I pretty much had a yes day for myself. I got my free drink from Starbucks. I got a free bundt cake from Nothing Bundt Cakes. I got red velvet with cream cheese frosting. It was so yummy, so good. I went to Sephora, got my free gift, went to Ulta, got my free gift, bought a little lip gloss from the Wicked REM Beauty collection. And Kennedy actually ended up giving me the Wicked REM eye patches for my birthday, which was so sweet of her. And yeah, I took myself book shopping. I got a few books. You guys know the deal, obviously. And I earned lots of points. Apparently, it was like double rewards that day, so that was super exciting too. Hi, Toby. Toby's joined us on the floor. I did buy Toby some toys on my birthday too because I gotta treat him as well. It's been almost 2 years since I found him on the streets, so I'm gonna make him a boo basket, I think, which is like, if you don't know what that is, like around Halloween, people make boo baskets and just fill it with like little Halloween treats and fun things like that. So I think I'm gonna get him one because that would be so adorable. He probably won't care, but it's okay. And yeah, I treated myself that day. I didn't go to work in the afternoon. I'm pretty sure I got Chick-fil-A for lunch. I really wanted Chick-fil-A. My Chick-fil-A order is 8-count nugget meal with fries, 2 buffalo sauce, 2 ranch, and a lemonade, sometimes a Dr. Pepper. It was so good, so yummy. And then I came home and just chilled for a little bit, kind of like unpacked like my gifts and stuff, and I did like a little haul for my friends. And then I went to dinner that night with my family at 14 Mill Market, which is like a kind of outdoor food court here that has a bunch of different vendors and they have a full bar and it was super fun. What did I eat? I ate pizza. I had some chips and salsa, chips and queso. Just like really random things because there's so many different food options there. And then I got this really good apple cider. What was it called? It was called an apple spritz. It was an apple cider Aperol spritz. And you guys, it was the most incredible thing I'd ever had. It had like a salted caramel rim as well. It was so delicious. I want it again. But yeah, and then I came home. I took an everything shower and I just sat in my bed and my nanny kids called me and sang me happy birthday, which was so, so sweet and cute. And I watched The Corpse Bride and played Nintendo Switch, and it was a very relaxing night. I also journaled and just kind of wrote down what I was thankful for and, um, just kind of reflected. Can you guys hear that? That is Toby licking his water. Are you thirsty? Yeah, and I just kind of wrote down what I was grateful for and some of the things I've accomplished, and yeah, I felt really loved and fulfilled. I did cry a little bit on my birthday, but I feel like that always happens cuz like at any point on your birthday when you feel lonely, you feel worse cuz you're like, why am I feeling lonely on my birthday? But it's like that's just a normal feeling that I get a lot of the times, and yeah, it was fine. I was fine. I ended up being okay. So yeah, it was a really wholesome night. The next day was Wednesday night, and my good friends Kendrick and Georgia texted me. They're dating, and they were like, "Hey, we want to take you out to dinner tonight. Like, we're gonna go to Haruno, which is sushi. I love sushi. Dinner's on me, like for your birthday." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, like you guys are so sweet." They picked me up so that I could like drink some sake and like get a cocktail if I wanted. So we went to Haruno and we just did our thing. It was us three. It was a cute little time. They're just like family to me and I love them so much. I got sushi, I got miso soup. We had some fried asparagus, I think it was, or maybe it was green beans. I think it was asparagus. It was so good. We had sake, and then I got an espresso martini. It was so yummy. It was so sweet. I was so grateful that they wanted to take me out to dinner. It was just so nice. And then the next day, I had another dinner. When I tell you guys that this birthday week really was like the TikTok sound that's like bus, club, bus, another club, bus, another club. That's literally what it was. So Thursday, October 9th, after work, me and my coworkers, Kaden and Maddie, went out to dinner. We went to Niji for sushi again because we all have birthdays in October. So we all went out to dinner that night. We had a great time. We talked, we giggled, we got to know each other a little more, we got deep. And I ordered this really cute cocktail that comes out and it has like a bubble. It was like a cherry blossom martini. It was so good, you guys. It had sake in it. And I was like, this is the most incredible thing. Yeah. And then Friday night, the next day, I was, getting excited about the birthday weekend. I was ready to go. It was Nate Nixon's birthday, which is our other friend. And so we went out to a birthday dinner that night, had some drinks at the bar, ended up getting way too drunk. And we were all so hungover the next day for my birthday party. But Saturday night, oh my. So Saturday night was my birthday party, and we went to Mud Lounge for drinks and apps first, just the girls, and we got this amazing Swiss and garlic fondue that I am dying to taste again. It was amazing, and they gave us like a tray of bread, crackers, chips, veggies, fruits. It was delicious. My mouth is watering right now. It was so good. Need to have that right now. And then I got a couple espresso martinis. My friends and I took so many cute pictures at dinner, and they were just like telling me things that they love about me, and like we talked about what I'd accomplished, and like it was just so sweet, and I felt so loved by my girls, and I'm just so glad that everyone could make it. I'm so glad that Kennedy was able to come into town from Nashville for my birthday. Like it just was so special. I felt so loved and yeah, I don't know. They told me they had like some surprises in store for me because I was kind of freaking out. I was panicking because I was like, I didn't buy any birthday decorations for my party. And they were like, don't worry, we got it. So we come back from dinner and we're all waiting in the parking lot of Brittany's apartment. And they're like, Lakyn, you can't come upstairs yet. So my friend Josie stays downstairs with me while I'm like, what is going on? Like, I really have to pee. Like, I really had to pee at this point. And, anyways, oh my god, I need to stop picking at my face, guys. Anyways, they finally text me and they're like, "Okay, you can come upstairs." So Josie escorts me upstairs and I walk in, the lights are dimmed and they start blasting 22 by Taylor Swift. And then the first thing I see when I walk in, well, all my friends are recording me, but I see these like jello shots that have the little, if you have ever seen the 22 music video by Taylor Swift, she wears this black hat and people call it the 22 hat. And so they had these little mini hats that they had put on these like fireball shooters and on these jello shots. It was so cute. They had decorated like the entire kitchen. There were balloons, red balloons. There were drinks and presents and gifts. And I almost cried in that moment. I immediately like brought my friends in for a group hug. I just felt so loved and they were like, "Okay, open your presents, open your presents." And it was just so sweet and more of my friends started showing up and it was just all I ever wanted was on my birthday was for all my friends to be together and for all of them to like rally with me and for all of us to have a good time and that's exactly what we did. And we had cake and candles and they sang happy birthday to me and they all went around and told me things they loved about me and I just felt so loved and grateful and I truly have the best friends on the planet, and I could not have asked for anything more than what they did for me. And we went out that night. We had a great time. A lot of people were buying me drinks. Got a little bit too drunk, but that's okay. Uh, they bought me food at the end of the night. Took me home. They took care of me, and I, yeah, I'm just very grateful, and I'm very grateful for everything they did for me and everything they got for me. I will truly never forget it. Okay, now it is finally time to get into the 22 things I learned in 22 years. It is crazy to think that I've been on this planet for 22 years already. My friend Reagan was sending us old pictures from junior high and high school a couple days ago, and it just like flooded me with memories and nostalgia. And it's crazy how that was such a lifetime ago. Like, most of these girls that are in my life right now, I've known for a decade or over a decade now. And it just baffles me how we've stayed by each other's sides for so long. Specifically, me, Brittany, Reagan, and Kennedy. Like, I've known them all for pretty much a decade now. I've known Reagan for over a decade. It's just wild to me how we've all, we've had our moments and we've had times where we've strayed away from each other and haven't talked, but we have been in each other's lives in one way or another for over a decade, and that is just mind-blowing to me. So yeah, it's just crazy, like things I've learned in 22 years. Like this some of this stuff is going to be a little more serious, some of it's going to be silly, like, oh, I've finally like mastered my coffee order, you know what I mean? Like silly things, but also some serious things in here too. So let's get started. So number one, I put accepting myself as who I am. And I talk about this a little bit on next week's episode, so I'm not going to go into too much detail, but basically the consensus is I know who I am at heart, and I feel like I've finally learned to just show up as exactly me and exactly who I am and not be afraid of what anyone else thinks. And I think that's a really hard thing to achieve. So I'm very proud of myself for just being 1000% myself in front of everybody. And because I used to kind of want to change to fit the status quo. And, you know, I think I finally realized like there's nothing cooler than being exactly you. Number two, it's okay to go back home. It's okay to stay. It's okay to do what's best for you. And I've really learned that in this past year, that I needed to go home and save money and stop paying rent and just come home for a little bit, reorganize my priorities. Number three, I'm not behind in life. This kind of goes hand in hand with the last one. You guys know I've always struggled, not being in college, just kind of doing things, taking a different path than people normally would. We're all on our own path. Nobody else is on my path. I'm not on anyone else's path, so I am not behind. Therefore, I am not behind. 4, alcohol amplifies my anxiety times 10. Self-explanatory. I think I've really learned this year. Just like the intaking of alcohol the night before, the next day, I am crippled with anxiety for the entire day and I can't get up. And it's like, I don't want that for myself. Number 5, learned how to start a business. This podcast was a huge learning curve for me. I'm not very techie, but I do love to talk, and I love to talk about life and mental health and things and girly things. So I really wanted to do this, but it has been hard learning how to navigate a podcast, doing all the editing and the production and everything on your own, figuring out what equipment works best, what applications work best for editing, figuring out what platforms to use. It's been a huge learning curve. So that is definitely something that I learned. 6, if you want a good outcome, you have to put in the work. Same thing with the podcast. Like, if I want this to go somewhere, I have to continue to put in the work and be consistent with it. 7, you have to make time for the things that you love. This one has been hard for me because I always want to be go, go, go. And I find myself getting guilty when I'm not doing something productive at all times. But I have to remind myself and remember, like, as long as you have balance, like it's okay to take time to read. Like you don't need to be constantly working. You don't need to be constantly thinking of what you can do for work. Like, yes, it's good to think about things that could be helpful with work or your business or your job or your career or your future, but it doesn't have to be on your mind 24/7. Number 8, the work and play balance. That's the same thing basically. Sorry, if you can't tell, it's basically like I'm trying to reach my essay limit, like my word limit on essay. Some of these kind of go hand in hand, but I needed to reach 22. Okay. Work and play balance. I feel like I've really learned how to balance going out on the weekends and then working weekdays. I think I've really, because I used to also go out on the weekdays a lot, and I would just constantly be so tired at work and not being able to put in my all and my 100% at work. And I feel like these past couple years really, I've really been able to hone in on, okay, I need to get serious. Weekdays are for work, period. Weekends are for fun. And I still find time in my weekdays to enjoy myself, but it's in more of a casual way. It's like reading a book at night, playing my games at night, watching my show at night, having like a glass of wine at night. That's still, enjoying like the playtime, while still being serious about work and knowing that I won't wake up hungover the next morning. Number 9, I've really recognized my worth this year. I think that in the past, I have let some people walk all over me. I have let people in my life that are not good for me, but somehow I think that they deserve me. I used to always kind of make myself feel lesser than I am. I used to put myself in a box, and I used to think like, oh, like I don't deserve these really awesome people. Like I should just hang out with these people that don't make me feel good. Like, and I don't know why I did that. I think I was just diminishing my own self-worth, and I didn't realize until these past couple years like how much I really am worth, and that I don't have to tolerate people treating me bad. I don't have to tolerate somebody who will not put in the effort that I put in. I do not have to tolerate someone not being who I need them to be for me. I don't have to tolerate someone not putting in the effort or not treating me as I should be treated, as a queen, as a princess. And I've really recognized my worth. I know what I will not put up with and what I will put up with now. And I know what I deserve, because I am love and I am light and I am happiness and I am sunshine, and I deserve the exact same thing back. Number 10, Jesus is the way. And I think that I've really recognized this in the past few months, really. But over the course of, my whole life, I've had ebbs and flows of Christianity and having a relationship with Jesus. And like I said in the beginning of the episode, always, 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 those seasons of my life that I have been the happiest have been when I've followed Jesus and when I've put my trust in him and when I have let all of my anxiety and fears and cares go to him and just raise it up to him. And I think, I feel confident saying I am more at peace when I'm spending time with the Lord. And that's just me. That's personal. You don't have to agree. I'm not the one who's going to push my religion on you, because like I said earlier, my relationship with God, that's between me and him, not anybody else, never anyone else. It's between me and him. And I know that whenever I finally surrender to him, everything gets better. Everything truly gets better whenever I do that. And I always have my doubts, and my fears, but I think doubt is good for the faith and just makes your faith stronger. So we'll get into that in another episode. But number 11, I learned that Throne of Glass is my favorite series of all time. That was a really great realization. So glad that I finally took a chance on it and read the entire series this year. I will never stop recommending it. Pick up Throne of Glass right now. Thank you. Number 12, searching for validation only increases my anxiety cycle. Like I talked about on the Our Non-Toxic podcast a few months ago with Hannah McClelland, I was constantly asking people, do you hate me? Do you hate me? Do you hate me? And they're like, no, Lakyn, like, we don't hate you, but it's like you hate yourself. And I'm like, yeah, true. You know what I mean? Like, it's because I was constantly seeking validation because I didn't have validation in myself. I didn't believe in myself. I didn't know my worth. I didn't realize how awesome I was and how I didn't need to ask. Like, nobody's upset with me. And someone commented on that Instagram post, that promo for that episode on our non-toxic podcast, and it was therapist, and she was like, actually, I really want to go back and find it, you guys, because it really spoke to me. See, reels. When was this? This was back
Anxiety
in.
has been always so bad to the point where I'm asking my friends, do you guys hate me? Like, I think no one actually likes me.
Mm-hmm.
And it got to the point where she was like, Lakyn, you have to stop asking us this. The only reason you think everyone hates you is because you hate yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh.
Okay, so that was the clip of what I was talking about. And this therapist commented, there's also the component that when we seek reassurance in a moment of anxiety, we actually reinforce the anxiety cycle. Part of the solution here is getting better at tolerating the distress that made us reach out for reassurance in the first place. So that comment actually really changed my perspective on things, and it really helped me get to the root of the problem and be like, okay, why am I asking for validation right now? Why am I worried that they're mad at me? Like, just kind of getting to the root of the problem. Why am I seeking validation in the first place? And that's really helped me. Number 13. This one's a silly one. How to properly do my hair and makeup to fit my face. Just little things and little techniques that I've learned that have made my makeup routine so much better and so much more flawless. And it's just been so fun to figure out. It's been so fun to figure out how to style my short hair. It's kind of at an awkward length right now, but the way I've been styling it recently, I've been in love with. And I just feel so much more confident when I know how to style myself to my features. Number 14, how to say no. I've learned in the past couple years how to say no when I need to just be by myself. How to say no to a function, not give in to peer pressure. How to tell people, listen, I really don't want to come over tonight. I need to be with myself. You know? Yeah. Number 15, when to slow down. Definitely have learned this one a lot. Like, I've learned this lesson too many times. Whenever I get sick, it is always because I've been drinking too much, partying too much, or overworking myself. And I've really learned how to slow down, find balance, and recognize, okay, I'm being too hard on myself. I'm pushing myself too much. Let's take it back a step. And it's really helped me a lot. 16, I really do want to live in a big city. I know I told you guys in my New York City recap episode that I could never live there, but I lied because I haven't been able to stop thinking about it every single day since. I genuinely think about New York City every day and how badly I miss the hustle and the bustle and how badly I miss the city, and just it's always alive and there's so much to do there, and the Broadway aspect of it, the parks, the food, the people, I just am in love with it. I'm in love with the public transportation. Like, I'm in love with all of it. I want to be there so bad, okay? Number 17. I could never have kids of my own. And listen, this isn't a set in stone thing, but working with kids, some of the mornings and days are just so frustrating, and I'm just like so in awe of how some kids act. That I'm like, I don't know if I could ever truly have my kids. I don't know if I could have a mini me running around, because she would have all the deep-rooted insecurities that I have. And I don't know if that would heal me or if that would wreck me even more. So, I don't know, guys. And listen, I don't even have a contender at this point. Nobody is in my life right now that I could potentially marry. But I've just been thinking about it, man. I've just been thinking about it, and I don't know if I can do it. Number 18, I really do want an education. And I've told you guys that in a recent episode, how I'm considering going back to school. I'm still on the fence about what for and what I really want to do, but I've recognized that I have time, and I know that if I ever want an education again, it'll always be there waiting for me. There's always a chance to get an education, and it's something that I really do want to achieve in this lifetime, is to have a degree or two, or, you know, like I want to have a degree in something. I want to master a degree in something. Number 19, I can officially calm myself down from an anxiety attack. Cue the applause, because I used to not be able to calm myself down, and it would be so scary. My anxiety attacks used to be so bad. I would like beg my parents to take me to the hospital because I couldn't breathe. But I've finally, kind of mastered the art of recognizing how to calm myself down. Let me know if you guys want a full episode on my anxiety and kind of how I navigate it, because I would love to do that to help anyone else who may struggle. Number 20, embarrassment isn't real. And I've been saying this, guys. Embarrassment is not real. I promise you, you do something that you think is embarrassing, nobody else is thinking about it but you. And I just have to remind myself that constantly, but embarrassment does not exist. It is not real. It is a social construct. Nobody cares. Number 21, you can't sacrifice your own well-being for others. This is a big one for me. I'm a huge people pleaser. I've always put myself before, or I've always put other people before myself, not the opposite. I've always put every single other person before myself because I want people to be happy. I'm a people pleaser. I want people to be happy. I don't want people to be upset with me. And in the end, that only makes you fall further into yourself, and you internalize things, and all it does is break you down. You've got to take care of yourself before other people. And there are times in life where you do need to put others before you, but overall, like, generally speaking, you've got to put yourself first in everything, or it's going to destroy you. And years down the line, you're going to be like, where did all the time go? All I ever did was make sure other people were happy, and I'm not happy now. So that's a big one. Please don't sacrifice your well-being for others ever. Number 22, I am a good person with a bright future. And this may seem like a simple one, but I think a lot of the times I have always thought my past mistakes defined me and my past faults define me. And, the thing is, you're always going to be a villain in someone's story. You're going to be a villain in somebody's story at some point in your life, just like you have villains in your story. And I've had friendships fall apart. I've had bad relationships where people blame me. I've blamed other people. Miscommunication happens. Oh, we fell out of friendship or fell out of love and it didn't happen the way I wanted to. It happens. And that's just life. And I have to remind myself, I am a good person. And I know this because I'm full of it. I'm full of good. I'm full of love and happiness. And I'm full of the want to constantly change and work on myself. And I think that all that matters is, if you are doing the work to improve constantly or when needed, if there is room for improvement, like, you are a good person. You're doing the work, you're changing. And I have to remind myself that a lot. I'm a good person. I'm constantly working on myself. I'm constantly doing things to break out of my bad habits, and I have a bright future. And I know this because the Lord has a way for me. He has a path that He has already cleared for me. I just have to choose to take it and follow it. And yeah, I'm feeling very happy and motivated and a little bit at peace finally, because I feel like I'm never at peace in my mind. But with God, I am at peace in my mind. And I just wanted to share that with you guys. So that was 22 things that I've learned in the past 22 years of my life. Thank you so much for listening. I hope that maybe I gave you some good advice that you needed to hear. But also, please take everything I say with a grain of salt. I am not a licensed therapist. I'm not even really wise beyond my years. I'm just a 22-year-old, and this is what I've learned. So, thank you so much for listening. I love you guys. I'll see you next week for a very, very special guest and episode. I love you guys so much. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, at Lakyn Olmstead, at lovelettersfromlakyn. And this has been a Love Letter from Lakyn. Thank you guys. Bye.